Hi there Leo, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 9th of June. This week begins with Mercury continuing its retrograde, which began last week, in a rather confidential part of your situation. So if somebody does invest some kind of secret in you this week, it really would be best to keep it very close to your chest. Also, if you need to look through confidential papers or reflect on any arrangements that have been made of late, just be aware that there could be some desire to rework things in a way which could actually prove a little bit frustrating, but try to take this in your stride. In general, Mercury rewinding in this area is asking you to scratch beneath the surface and not necessarily take things at face value. And yet the Sun is in a very friendly part of your horoscope, urging you to link up with other people, and it's linked with Jupiter all through this week. Suggests that friends that you've made in the past or contacts can be very helpful to you and can put in a good word for you and be influential behind the scenes. Or perhaps you're going to play the role of the mentor and be very helpful to someone in this way. But discretion linked to friendliness can actually be a very good thing. Now, unfortunately, Venus, the planet of love and affection, is in the part of your horoscope to do with your work and career, and it is in opposition to Saturn this week. And if you're finding that there are demands at work where you feel it's difficult to say no to a boss if they want you to do overtime or change your role somehow, this can have ramifications on your own personal time and also can affect a personal relationship, especially if your partner, if you have one, feels resentful about the type of control to them it seems that work or someone at work has upon you. But perhaps you're just realising that this is an opportunity to forward your lot. And Venus does actually forge a tremendous link with Pluto through the first half of this week, suggesting that if you are prepared to be flexible and use the contacts you have professionally and give a little bit, then that can have its rewards. But it may mean that you will see less of your loved ones this week, and there could be part of you that feels a bit resentful about that. Now, in an ongoing romantic relationship, if one of you wants a greater commitment or wants to move in with one another, this can be a bit of a tricky week because Saturn's opposition with Venus suggests that this greater responsibility that one of you wants may not be what the other one wants at quite the same time. So this may be something that needs to be talked through and discussed. However, Neptune also starts a backward journey this week in the part of your scope to do with long-term finances. Now, it has other influences too, not least more spiritual ones, but I certainly feel for you that when it comes to the things you share, and that could be romantically, it could be business-wise, you can't be woolly in your approach to these areas, and the rewind here is asking you to make sure that everything is enshrined in clear agreement. Don't do things on the back of assumptions. You need to make sure that things are quite formal to avoid any problems over the next 5.5 months. Now, the full moon, which occurs on Friday, suggests that because you probably are in quite a lot of demand when it comes to people wanting a piece of you, there may be some choices to make as you come into the weekend. But actually, a great link between the Sun and the North Node suggests that your communicational powers can be at their charismatic best. And I think you could be quite surprised by who gets in contact with you. It could be someone you haven't heard of for a long time, and some kind of reunion could be planned, and it could turn out to be rather a jolly affair. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.